Will you look at that? What did I tell you? Chase McCoy, Heisman, 2012 Heisman Memorial Trophy winner, sophomore season, and in the national championship, man. Of course I want to add this trophy to my collection. Let's get ready for the national championship, man.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Another season is upon us. Freshmen arrive wide-eyed with dreams of future glory, while seniors prepare for their last chance at immortality. There are only a handful of these opportunities in a man's life, a handful of chances to distinguish yourself from the rest. It's on these fields where history is made, where legends begin and heroes triumph. Traditions tell the story of what you represent, of those that forge the legacy you uphold. When you come charging out of the tunnel, 100,000 people will be watching your every move. How you respond to that pressure is what defines you. These are the moments that reveal your toughness, your determination, and your pride. The Roughnecks on the Sooner Schooner. Ralphie charging out of the gate. And Chief Osceola planting his spear. The time has come. Your time is now.
So here we are, man, ready for some football. If that intro didn't get you ready for the national championship, man, you might need to check your pulse. Here we are in the national championship, and the Baylor Bears are my opponent. Shout out to the people who guessed the Baylor Bears. An unlikely opponent in the national championship. I said it was a school that you normally wouldn't think of. It was a lot of good guesses, so thank you for participating in that. And some of those, I would have actually liked to see. Some of your guesses were pretty good. But nonetheless, man, on my game, it's the Baylor Bears. They are the number 2 team in the nation. So, obviously, they deserve to be in the national championship. Robert Griffith is no longer the quarterback at Baylor. So, if you're a Baylor fan, maybe you can put in the comments of some of the players that are good.
Looking for the corner. Brought down by the kicker. You got to opening the game with a solid return like this.
There we go. The kicker brought him down. So I'll watch the first defensive possession, man. See if we can get a play on defense. Maybe score. Or just a turnover. Give me a short field to work with. They run the hurry-up offense. I see why Baylor is in the national championship now. 3rd and 10, man. Defense step up and make a play. Get these boys out the field. Get me on the field. We scoring on defense. Without me even touching the field, the Volunteers are scoring. It's going to be a long night for the Baylor Bears.
Central takeover at the 20-yard line. It's 1st and 10.
I like to push the action ahead, man. So, second quarter, 14-14, and the Baylor Bears are hanging with us, man. But that's what you want from a national championship game. Nobody wants to see a blowout in the national championship. When it comes down to those last couple of football games, whether it's the Super Bowl or the NCAA championship, nobody wants to see a blowout, man. Unless, I guess, it's your team that's doing the blowout. But as far as being a football fan, you don't want to see a team get run over when that's the last game of the season, the last game of the whole thing. So 14-14, great game so far. And look at me, I'm threading the needle right there. They gave me a great passing lane. That was a nice job. One of the few times EA showed a great pocket and a lane to throw the ball, and I threw it right to my wide receiver cutting across on the crossing route. Wow. Hey, it's one thing in my videos, man. I'm not afraid to show you when I mess up. And right there, I held the ball for entirely too long in the pocket, and I paid for it with a sack. And it's 2nd and 18. Oh, Robert Townsend. No, Colin Townsend. I said Robert Townsend. Colin Townsend will be running bear crawls in spring practice. I used to hate bear crawls, but he going offside, costing his team yards in the national championship. That's not a good look. And I'm taking off. 3rd and 3. That's more manageable than what the situation that we were in. You always want to keep your down and distance pretty low, so maybe you can run a run play or a quick pass. Get that first down just like McIntyre. No, that wasn't McIntyre. So here we go, man. Spread them out. 5 wide receiver smash on the outside. Ooh. Ooh-wee. Oh, man, I'll take another sack. And it's 2nd and 18 again. Let's go for 5 wide again.
The junior makes the catch. He's tackled in the open field.
There we go. That's a bit better, man. 3rd and 3 once again. See if we can run a play. A running play or a quick pass.
McCoy drops back to pass. On the throw, incomplete pass.
Are you kidding me? He was wide open. Not only did they make me overthrow him, he didn't even look for the ball. So here we are. What up, Shake? 4th down. 1st down. Oh, my gosh. There's some laundry on the field, and you know that what that means. It's time to punt the ball. Damn. Here we go, man. Picking it up. 3rd quarter. Only a couple, 1 quarter left. And there's not 15-minute quarters or 12-minute quarters. It's only 5-minute quarters. So basically 9 minutes away from crowning a national champion. The score is still tied 14-14. I've been away from YouTube for a couple days, man. It's like, I got married 2 weeks ago. And then if you read the description, first of all, thank you for the people who did notice that I got married and, congratulated me on Twitter and sent me messages and all that kind of stuff. Just congratulated me. It's been a wonderful thing. And then 6 days after that, I had a passing in the family, so I had to go away. And, oh, man, great catch. I thought, how they do the synchronized moves on wide receiver cornerback interaction. I thought that was going to be one of them. But back to what I was saying, man, I had a passing in the family, so I had to travel to attend a funeral service, man. So I thank you for your well wishes and your condolences, both on the marriage and then on the flip side of burying a family member. I had a good time, seeing my family, though, so it was not an all somber trip, you know what I mean? So I did enjoy seeing family members I hadn't seen in a long time. But, man, I'm not trying to switch it to that right now, get my mind back on that. Let's get back to this game, man. I did see maybe a couple of videos of people who got Madden early. And let me say this. I do not support EA Sports or any particular company for that matter. I think that 2K makes the touchdown balls. Let's go. I do think that 2K makes the best football and basketball games. Let's go into the replay right quick and watch this touchdown. Watch the blocking up front. Fullback goes to the right. And watch the halfback cut it back inside to the left. Right in front of the left guard. Makes a play. Beautiful touchdown to separate. At least give us a little breathing room. 21-14. So we pick up the action in the third quarter. 21-17. Baylor is hanging in there. But like I was saying before, man, I think 2K makes better football and basketball games. I just think it's their bread and butter, man. I think the engine that they have respects momentum. And even without having the presence of real-time physics, you can see that their games, when it comes to football and basketball, are very I really don't know how to describe them. You would actually just have to play it for yourself to see in comparison to an EA game. Now, some of you all might be a little young and don't remember 2K Sports when 2K was making football, but you know the work that they do with NBA 2K and how solid that game is. Now, it does have flaws because every game will have flaws because flawed people make games, so there'll never be a perfect game. I'm not expecting a perfect game, and neither should you, and that goes for anything, whether it's first-person shooters, sports games, whatever it is. It's never going to be a perfect product. You know what I mean? So you have to accept it for what it is, unless you're actually going to go out and develop the game yourself. I mean, we can sit back and criticize it all day. And that's, you have the right to as a consumer. If you go to McDonald's and you tell them, I want a cheeseburger with no onions, lettuce, and tomato, and they give you bacon, and I know some people might not understand that. Hold on, man. Hold on. Look at my freshman wide receiver swerving right there. I was interrupted, and I'll get back to that in a second, but man, this dude, number 87, I think his name is Justice. I don't know, man. I am very terrible at remembering names. But let's go in the instant replay and look. I see the defense, and as soon as I see that safety does not cover his portion of the field, look at that. I'm going to throw the ball up. The cornerback is lost. And he looks to be about 6'4". With that long stride, look at the referee has a better back pedal than the cornerback and safety. You should give him a Baylor jersey. And it looked like he was saying touchdown.
First and goal, about to go up by 2 scores.
But either way, back to what I was saying, man. Yeah, 2K Sports respects foot planning, momentum, characteristics of players, and I think this will be the best Madden to date. And that is a key word. The key words are to date. Now, the last generation Madden was a lot of fun. Some of y'all might not have played that, but if you go back and play like Madden 2000, probably 2, on to about 2006, last gen, not the one that ported over the next gen, but last gen, you would get some of the best gameplay you've ever seen from a Madden game, besides Madden 12. And I will be starting an online community for Madden 12, so if you want to get in that, when I actually get the game, there will be details out about that. Now, let me say this. For this online community, it's going to be simulation style. And I'm going to have I was going to say a commissioner, but somebody who actually moderates that and gets complaints filed too. So if you are a cheeser, i.e. you run the same play over and over, or you find some way to take advantage of the game, then you will be removed from the community, because I think there is an opportunity to have fun with this year's Madden, and I think the online communities represents an opportunity to do that, to where you don't have to play the quick game or quick rank game and go up against the Philadelphia Eagles. People are going to be using the Eagles like people use the Heat on NBA 2K. I mean, it's probably going to be the Eagles, the Jets, the Patriots, and a couple other teams that are just going to be overused. I'm looking forward to the NFL season altogether, man. I think it's going to be one of the best ones we've probably seen yet. Week 1 kicks it off with a lot of rivalry games, division games. I know my team has a division game. Tennessee plays Jacksonville in Jacksonville, which counts double. So anytime your team goes up against a division rival, it counts for 2. And the NFL is so great because every game means something. I was in a party the other talking to just some different people, and I was saying that I don't really watch the NBA season, the entire season, because to me they only really play when the playoffs come around. And to me, come on, man. I mean, if you sit up there and you watch the Golden State Warriors play the Milwaukee Bucks, then you're a true basketball fan, especially if those are not your team. So if you sitting on the couch, you be like, man, I can't wait to watch this Bucks and Golden State Warriors. And I do understand that Monte Ellis is good, Stephon Curry is good, Brandon Jennings, and there's some good basketball to be watched. But what I'm saying with the NFL is every week means something. You can lose your entire division, you can lose outside of your division, beat everyone in your division, go to the playoffs, be a wild card team, and win the Super Bowl. And it's crazy. I mean, so much parity in the NFL right now. That can be argued with the way they're building the teams like the Patriots, the Jets, and the Eagles. But at the same time, football is such a team sport that you have to go out there and have some chemistry on the field to actually, pull off wins. Because as you've seen with the Miami Heat, you can put the superstars, but that doesn't mean that you're guaranteed a championship. And although I think that the Heat did go far in their first time on the court together, they went all the way to the finals, which was probably expected. At the same time, it doesn't guarantee a championship. You know what I mean? The Mavericks were hot. I knew when they beat the Lakers, when they swept the Lakers, that they were going to be a force to be reckoned with. It was kind of like it was just Dirk's time. And it's good to see Dirk actually get a championship because he'd been in the league like 12, 13 years. And he's been close. And now he's actually an NBA champion. So that's good for him, man. To me, he's like this. He's like a taller version of Larry Bird, man. He makes some difficult shots, and his game is deceiving. And I'm talking about Dirk Nowitzki. His game is deceiving. It's like, if you saw him out somewhere, you'd be like, man, it's tall, sorry, dude. And then he get on the court, he just goes ham on him. But back to football, man. A close game, 35-23 in the fourth quarter. A national championship, I don't think anybody expected Baylor to do as well as they're doing right now. I know I didn't.
And down he goes at the 24-yard line. They'll start this drive at the 24.
So, man, put in the description in the comment section, man, who are you looking forward to watch this season in the NFL? Like, what is your team? What are some of the teams that you all looking forward to watching? What are some of the matchups that you want to see? I know I want to see, like, I don't know if they play, but some of the matchups that I would like to see would be like Jets and Eagles. I know I'm going to be watching Jets and Patriots when that matchup comes up. That's going to be a chess match, to say the least. I think there's some sleeper teams in the NFL. I think a lot of people underestimate the Chiefs. I think a lot of people underestimate my Titans. And I think that the Titans going to have a good year. But, we'll see what actually happens when it kicks off on September 11th. A lot of people play fantasy football. I've been in the league for, I think, like 4 years. We've done one every year for 4 years. And, we actually have a trophy. And it's kind of like, I don't know if you've seen, like, the Stanley Cup trophy, to where you put plaques at the bottom of each winner. So we got this big football trophy. And if you win it, then you keep the trophy for the whole year, and you got your name on the plaque along with your team name. And it's a lot of fun, man. It's a very organized league, and we'll be doing our draft coming up this week, man. So I look forward to that. And I think my strategy has always been for fantasy football to pick people who are playing sorry teams late. If you know what I mean by that, it's like, you know, you want to go for whatever team's going to be playing best late or playing sorry teams. So if you see like the Colts, their last 4 games is like, and I don't mean to offend anybody's team, but if the Colts are like playing the Raiders, the Browns, who else, man? The Raiders, the Browns. I would say the Texans because they don't have no defense. And I also dislike them since they're in my division. So Raiders, Browns, and Texans the last 3 weeks. And, you know, those are the fantasy football, you know, playoffs and championship. Then you know Peyton Manning either going to be tearing it up or he'll be sitting down because you know how the Colts like to rest their players. But fantasy football, man, it's such a crapshoot. There's no way to tell if you can actually win. I mean, of course, you can go out. Unless you're just playing with some flat-out dummies. And I'm not playing with any dummies. These dudes know fantasy football. They know football itself. So when we get together, man, it's tough to, you know, get you some good draft picks. And we don't do any keepers. It's not a keeper league, so you have to draft. And whoever you get is who you have to run with. A lot of trades being made, free agent acquisitions being picked up. I remember the year I picked up James Harrison for the Cleveland Browns. Remember when James Harrison was going off, and I think he had like 200-yard games back to back, and I had him that year. I think I actually won the championship that year off of free agent acquisitions and just rolling the dice, man. So, national champion Chase McCoy won the Heisman, and I hope you're ready, man, because NFL is up next. I think that video might go up on Machinima. I might put a preview up. I don't have the game yet, but I already have some footage cut for the intros and all that kind of stuff. So, stay tuned, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting.